I'll tell you what, this computer system sucks beyond belief. Hello, Joe. How's it go?
Up, Daryl, Johnny,
Hey, how's it going?
Jim, Ed.
Daryl and his other brother Daryl, Johnny, morning Johnny, Jim, and Justin.
Oh, where were you at yesterday?
Now, let's see, in the morning, what was I doing? In the morning, I was sleeping.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We called and woke you up. That's right.
Yeah. And then remember when you called and said, "Yeah, I'm getting up," I rolled over. It was what, 8:50, right? Rolled over and I looked at the clock, it said 10 o'clock. Stop. That's how bad I felt yesterday. And then I went to the casino last night. And we went to the casino last night for a little while.
So were you the big winner?
Oh shit, I lost $39.
Anybody in the group win any money?
Yeah, my daughter-in-law, smart one. She went in, she's the only one that won money. She went in, she'd never been in a casino before. She played one machine, she put $5 in the machine, lost the $5 right off the bat, was ready to quit. She said, I ain't losing money. So then she was standing there watching Nick play his machine, and she kind of liked it and watched it. Then she walked down and found this one she liked, sat down there. Uh Nick's the one that messes it up. He goes, "Oh, play a max bet. That's how you lose your money fast." So she on the last one she plays max bet, and she hits. I think it was $33 or $38, something like this, and that was after having 10 in. She cashed that ticket out and said, "Hell with everything. I quit." She wound up winning because I handed them 50 each last night cash, and they Venmoed me. Didn't have any cash on them. And she gave me my 50 back, had 17 left, had given Nick 5 to play. So she actually won $22, but she ended with 17 ahead. Stop.
Actually, she would have ended up with, what, 12?
Hey, Jim,
No,
good
no,
morning.
she had 17 left over.
Hmm.
So she actually won 22 altogether.
See, if I go in with an amount like, say, $100,
Yeah.
I'll go in and play the 100, and then if I win more than that, I'll play the original 100 again, and if I don't win, then I'll just walk away.
Oh yeah, me too. That's what I do. What I do is I hit something that has a ticket, like if I put in $5 and I hit like $20, I'll print the ticket off, put the ticket in with the money, and take another $5 and put it in.
Yeah, I always try to
That's
play the
that's the
original.
way to save your money.
I don't
Let's see.
always I don't always do that, but that's what I try to follow. Like sometimes I will spend more.
Yep. I lost 39. I got 11 out of the 50. And we were gonna eat there last night, but the meal was $50. Unless you had 100 points. 100 points, you got a free meal. I had 100 points. I think she had 100 points. And two of us didn't have 100 points, and then they didn't have $50 to eat, so we weren't eating that. Because you have 100 points, you get a free meal. That's how they do it. So I got 100 points. I go there anytime this week and eat at lunch.
You guys didn't play any table games?
I actually was going to. Because I actually brought 120 with me. Because I was going to go over and I was going to go to roulette. And I was going to put 50 on red. I did that the last time I went to that casino. I was going to play the table games. I had about 600 with me that day. I figured if I lose 600, too bad. You know, and I went there and I was going to go put, I was telling my son I was going to take 500 and put it on black. That's what I told him I was going to do. And I went up there and I decided, hell, I ain't doing that. So I was playing everything. And they had a roulette. It wasn't a table, it was a slot machine. Big one. Like a woman sitting there, the whole thing, like all AI. And I stuck a $20 bill in there and looked up and realized it was $10 bets. I said, shit. I don't want to pay $10 bets. So go away. Go. So I give one of these. Then give one of these. So I looked at the what I did is I wound up making one bet. And I said, let's go for the gusto. I put it on 00. Freaking 00 hit. 35 to 1. I won $350, took my money and ran.
Yeah, my dad and grandpa used to go to Vegas, dude. They'd blow like $10,000 every time they went there.
Well, I've already told them. I said, y'all better hope I get this Marine Corps money. Because if I get this Marine Corps money and y'all in town, we're all going to get a room at the casino. Because it's a hotel casino. And we're gonna go find the best one on the Gulf Coast. We're gonna find the best one in the area. We'll go get a room. And I'm gonna hand everybody like 10 grand. I'm gonna say, have a blast. And don't ask me again, ever. And I will take 10 grand and walk down and put it on 00 if they let me.
Well, you got to go to the high roller tables.
Yeah, I'm gonna put 10,000 on 00. And they're gonna look at me like I'm crazy.
Because I think in Vegas, most of the tables,
no,
I think the limit was $5 grand. But then they had high roller tables you could go to. I watched I watched this lady at this big ass slot machine. I think it was in the Venetian, and it was $1,000 chips you had to put in there. And this lady had two of the security guards with her with a whole rack of chips, and she was just dropping them in there. I was like, "Fuck me!" And it was one of those big, massive like slot machines. It was like way oversized, you know.
Good morning, Frank, Jim, Akisho.
Hiroshima. Akarasho.
But there was a whole crowd.
You say it every day different.
Just say Warren. Warren's his name.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey, good morning, Ed. How are you today?
Good, thanks. And you guys?
Well, my computer screen's all screwed up ever since I had that power outage yesterday.
I'll see y'all. How can a computer screen be screwed up? Why'd I ask? No settings change when your power goes out.
Good morning, Johnny. Good morning, Digital.
Well, that's one of those, like one of the 30 power strips on
Tabs.
those desks going out.
Jim, Akisho, and Frank. Good morning to all.
Okay, Mr. Brains, explain all this bullshit to me.
What?
It's the brains.
Okay,
Just hit
exit
the-
out.
Yeah, it's
It's
just
gone.
minimize screen.
That's all it is.
Yeah, it's a new feature that YouTube added where it will minimize
Screw YouTube, they're a bunch of assholes.
Oh,
if you press the box on the other
Oh.
side of it, it would have put
Oh.
it back to normal size.
Yeah. Whenever you see an X, the X usually X's out. Then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, there's two different things you can press. The X on the the left side, and on the right side there's a little box with an arrow
Now
in it.
this is the question I got. Why are you looking at that screen and not looking at YouTube, the Zoom workspace? Because that's what he's doing. He's looking at this, and if you go to My Meeting Zoom up top on one of those tabs, it might
'Cause
be
he's
Zoom workspace.
Because he's using the chat. That's why he's not.
Yeah, that's what
popping
he's
the chat
doing.
up.
He didn't pop it out.
But he's also
Oh,
using.
wait, go.
I don't think he has dual monitors neither, though. He just has 3 different computers.
Yeah, but he could pop it out.
Well, see, I can't. Can you guys see what I'm scrolling right now?
Yeah,
Why the hell is that on the screen?
get
The
the
X
little
on the
X
very
up at the top.
Do what?
What I just told you. Hit that
That's
X
it.
on the top. Bye. Watch. There you
There
go.
you go.
You got to hit an X, Paul.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with the
Listen.
power outage. That's just YouTube. YouTube added a bunch of new features like
That's
about a
all you
month
do.
ago.
Here's the deck. Now, remember, they get it. You minimized. He did it again. Look. Now you got YouTube, but now you're not on Zoom. And by the way, defense rest.
I said that's not a permanent power outage. This is YouTube's new features that they've added.
Well, you'd think that they should ask if they could add a new feature. For us old people, say, fuck no.
2 blocks this morning, Rick.
good morning,
Needed help
Lance.
Needed help with the computer and old man card.
Good morning,
I'm
Ed.
so glad it's Friday.
I hope your day goes better than mine. Boone has been trying to dig under the fences. I've been running around trying to fill the holes. Oh my God.
Boone's doing a good job.
I'm
You know what he's
halfway
doing?
tempted just to open the gate and say, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, God.
Boone's making you work off those Boston creams.
Here comes Mark. I went out yesterday to drive the zero turn around in the backyard and mow the backyard. And he was coming in and out of the house. And as soon as I started that zero turn, he started charging it and jumping at it and trying to get underneath it. And it's like, oh, shit.
Then that means you got to keep them inside when you go out.
Yep.
That,
Exactly.
that's like hitting the X, Paul.
What's up, Brenda?
Do the simple thing first.
Wait, is Brenda in? No, Brenda's not in here.
No, Jim's here, not Brenda.
Yeah, he said hi, Brenda.
Johnny said hi first thing this morning.
Yeah.
You see, he was looking for his buddy Joe. You know.
He ain't look for
Morning,
me.
Johnny.
Y'all got
So
me for
Mark,
about
how you
another.
doing?
Not too bad, thank you. You?
Another day, another day.
Yeah.
Y'all got me for about an hour. I
Then
gotta
what
run
happened?
over, pick up my daughter and my grandbaby, and we got to take a ride so she can go to an interview. Then I
thought
got
they
the
were sick.
grandbaby until she gets out the interview.
I thought they were sick, Joe.
Yeah, well, Joe's going to end up sick again.
Well, I'm sick now. Still sick.
Put a mask on, Joe.
Okay, you walked into that one.
Joe's admitting he's a sickie.
No, my face isn't killing. I don't need a mask.
We've not got any COVID masks left. I've got.
Okay,
boxes.
Jimmy, I
I might.
screwed up and started up 2 of them, and I shut down the one.
This morning?
Yeah.
Dude.
What's up, Brenda?
Yeah, I ended up with two live streams going.
No.
Hey, don't ask me how that happened. I don't have a clue.
Hit the button twice.
How did that happen, Paul?
I was listening to Ed. That's how it happened.
Last week when you hit the thing and you kept going on, and you had a bunch of them on, you said just hit start show. You hit it and you didn't wait for it to start. You hit it again.
Well, there was a
Another.
couple of times he thought he wasn't live and he was live. So you
Yeah, I
got to
know.
check YouTube first. Because sometimes you might not be showing live, but if you go to YouTube, you'll see that you are. Can't wait till today's over.
What are you doing today, Joe?
Other than that, other than going to pick up the kid, nothing.
Was that
Did you see
Lance's
the new-
impersonation?
Did you see the new
No.
firmware upgrade on the Avata 2?
That was
they
Lance's
do?
impersonation of Paul, was it?
I'll do that later. What they're doing with it?
Check my video out. I posted what they did.
Okay, I will.
Was that Lance's impersonation of Paul?
Oh Lord, help me.
Asking what Joe's doing today straight after he told us what he was doing.
Yeah, could be.
I was trying to get another bingo piece.
Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Trump are just about to leave on the presidential helicopter, heading for the airport and going to Rome.
Yeah, they're going to
It's a bit late, isn't it?
I want to go to Rome.
Well, good. It's gonna be a long trip on that helicopter to Rome.
Oh, they're gonna
Yeah,
get
I'll
on
tell-
Air Force One.
I'll tell you, Marine One though, man, that is a cushy ass helicopter. You ever seen the inside of it?
Well, I saw pictures of it. I had a
Right.
guy work for me, and at Paris Island, staff sergeant that worked for me, that was on the helicopter.
Yeah, you should see the new ones that they're using now. They're fucking nice as hell. I don't know if they implemented them yet, but they're a lot better looking than those old ugly helicopters they were using. Look a lot more modern. Let's see if I can find it.
when we get to the casino, right, we're standing outside, and I had to go. I was like, shoot, I gotta walk back to my car. I forgot the my phone, and I went and got my phone. I came back, and security was standing out with my daughter and my son and my daughter-in-law and my ex. So
Morning, Brenda.
security standing with them, and then they walk in and everything, and they're joking and laughing. They're saying that my daughter-in-law does not look 21, and she to me she looks more 21 than my daughter, and my daughter's 30, and they said there's no way in hell she was 30 years old like that, and looked at the ID and couldn't believe it, and looked at Nick and said, "And you're 28? Oh hell no, because y'all look younger, right?" And I said, "You need mine?" And he goes, "No," like that. I said, "Well, I didn't think you did."
Joe,
I said, "I
Joe
didn't
trying
think
to
you did."
sneak in. Joe trying to sneak in on that.
And the guy said, and the guy looks over at me and he says, "You're the dad?" I said, "Yeah, I'm the dad." He goes, "You in your 50s, late 50s?" And I started laughing. I said, "No, I'm 70. And he goes, "Oh my God." He says, "Hold on a minute." And he looks over and he sees this old man sitting over there. He said, "He's 70. You're not 70. I said, "I'm not 70 here."
Well, so you got a
No.
good stroking at the casino then. Even though you're a winner, you're a winner.
Well, I went in there and they didn't bother me because they knew who I am.
Oh, they all know who Joe is.
Right,
huh?
Lance?
That's right. That's right.
I said, "That's my daughter. Do you know who I am?"
That's all he has to say.
Yep.
And he told me,
You know-
"Turn around, put your hands behind your back." I said, "No, go."
All right, smart ass, we're going to the security room.
Come on,
Cavity search.
we want to show you security. Come on.
He said, we're going to do a cavity search. We're going to scrape the back of his teeth.
Well, they don't make him wait. They don't make him wait at the gate either. They open a separate gate for him to walk through.
Yeah, they let me through. Doors open on their own when I get there. I don't have to open the door. I walk up there, they just open everywhere I go. Tina, there is no more. Go eat your dish. Go. You ate all the bacon treats the other day. Y'all did. Go. Go and leave me a turd. There you go. He left. I said, they're all gone. He turned around and walked away. He's thinking of what he's going to get back at me. He's going to jump in a chair. But they're having a blast. When we went on the way home, we were gonna. I said, "Where y'all want to eat at?" They said, "Just stop somewhere." I said, "Well, we figured out they wanted Chick-fil-A because they don't have one close by them anymore." So we stopped at Chick-fil-A, and he said, "What do you want?" I said, "I ate 2 biscuits yesterday morning, 2 sausage yesterday morning, and at night I didn't want to eat anything. That's that stuff. That stuff's that good." So I'm sitting in the car, and I said, "Just order what you want." And we get he gets 2 of the 4-piece meals and everything, and he doesn't want the coleslaw, he wants extra toast. So they do that. And then they said, "Make sure you get a couple of ketchups." I said, "Okay, I'll get them anyway." So I said, "I need a couple of ketchups too." So he grabs them, throws them in the bag, hands me the bag. We're driving down the street, and I said, "That bag was kind of too heavy. It's got to have either the bread in it or something. Look inside." Because we already had the meals, right? It had the 2 ketchups in there, a chicken sandwich with fries. So he done gave me somebody else's meal too.
Hey, watch this, Joe. Read that.
Morning, Jason.
Yeah.
Jason.
Morning, gentlemen.
Yeah. Attention on deck.
Oh, Ed missed
Carry
that.
on. Joe, Captain. What's
Ed,
going on, fellas?
Ed, you missed my funny meme.
Where?
Here, hold on. I'll show it again. Look.
Oh Lord.
Sorry, I was doing something on my phone. Sorry. Me looking at micro.
Yeah.
Because
So, Jason, how are you doing?
Doing good, just on the way to the office. Business as usual.
Don't worry, man. Take the day off.
Yep,
It's
I'm
Friday.
teaching a STEM group this morning, so that's pretty cool, pretty exciting.
Well, what you
They
can
don't
do,
work for-
Jason, is just tell him Ed said it was okay. Just take the day off.
They don't work hard in
And
Virginia Beach, Virginia, USA.
just tell him you know who Ed is, right?
1 second, my volume just went out on me for some reason.
That was advantageous.
I'm gonna have to rejoin 1 second. I don't know what's going on with this.
Oh, he disappeared.
So my son might be buying a 3D printer.
Landfill.
My daughter-in-law loves all these little things I print. And she likes dragons, right? So I printed her a dragon last
Boone's
night.
out terrorizing around the backyard, Jim, and he's also gotten into trying to dig under the fence.
I printed a mama and daddy dragon. And then I printed a baby dragon.
I
Should
got.
get some dragons.
I'm
Trying to
getting
get rid of the dog. Paul.
tempted that when I start getting paid me pension, I might just splash out on one of them NEQ bits.
I'm thinking about it. I've actually thought about it. I might do it around see what the prices are for the prime deals in July. If they come out with a good deal on it, they might drop it a little bit more. I could have got it last night for $6.69.
Mm-hmm. Well, £600 here, which is closer to $750, something like that.
In fact, here he comes now. Here comes the Boone man. Boone, you want me to just let that door open and let you run? He's walking around here. He's got a stick with a bag with his bones in it over his shoulder.
Ready to leave.
He's
Had enough
ready to
of you,
get
Paul.
the hell out of here.
Mhm.
Washington window.
Now they were running this morning up to Franklinton, Louisiana. That's about 20 miles the other way from where they're at to the DMV up there, because Nick keeps getting a thing in the mail saying that he lapsed his insurance on her car, and they want to charge him like $200, and he's going online to try to prove it. What they did is they switched insurance, but the new insurance and the old insurance the same date. He's got the cars to show it, but the new something happened where the state didn't pick him up the same date and said he lapsed the insurance. So now they want to charge him a fine. So he's got to get it cleared up, and he's tried to clear it up online. He can't do it. Nobody will listen to him.
Well, how long did he
He's-
go? Because most states it's like 30 days before they even do it.
It wasn't even 30. What happened is that when he did it on the 1st, right? And switched it to the new insurance. The other insurance was still intact. Then he canceled that insurance. But the new company didn't notify him till the end of the month.
So tell them that they need to pay for that fucking fine then.
No, all you got to do is show them the card there's my card that I'm insured on that date.
Oh, and then
And
they'll
he
wipe the
sent it
fine.
in and everything,
Yeah,
but they
'cause
keep
the-
sending it to him. So
Yeah,
you
because
got
the
to go.
insurance company is supposed to notify the state immediately, not at the end of the month.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the same day. It's like. So he's just going to run up there and bring it all, because they got a little satellite unit up there. And they said there's never anybody there. It's a little small town.
Because I think
So he's
here,
going to be able to run in and do it.
Yeah, because I think here in Florida, 30 days is when, because they'll actually suspend your license in Florida.
Well,
And then
he's
you-
got to notice that if he don't pay the fine, he can't renew his license. He can't do this. He can't do this. He can't do this. Right. But he don't have to
Right.
worry about most of that anyway because he's active duty military.
No, here they'll suspend your license for so long. If you don't,
Yeah.
if they still, as long as you turn the plates in and then you don't have insurance, then they take it as you're not driving the vehicle, so they don't require you have
Right.
it. But if you have a car that still has plates on it that's has a valid registration and you're not paying insurance, yeah, then they're going to get you. And they'll actually suspend your license, and you got to go in and pay like $130 to get it reinstated.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Ed, you know what today is?
Pizza.
It is pizza day.
There you go.
Don't forget to put your wieners on your pizza.
It's also my movie night. So and we're going out to dinner. I may have to just buy me like a little mini pizza, huh?
Oh, Mr. Lance is
And
doing
a
it
movie
today
night
for the
overlap
movie
pizza night.
What'd you say? Put your
it's,
what on the pizza?
It's my 253 second movie night. They showed the 31 movies tonight, all in one theater.
Oh man.
Wow.
But
Gonna have to eat early.
they're all 4 minutes and 13 seconds or shorter. So it's about a 3-hour night with the
So-
awards and everything.
Do you take your pillow with you or what?
Oh no.
Randy.
What's up, Brandy?
That would be you, Paul. You fall asleep.
Weather
Randy,
don't
what's
look-
up?
Weather don't look too bad near you, Joe.
Yeah, we're good. It's windy.
Yeah.
Randy is a bad influence.
Yeah, you want to put me to sleep? Take me to a play or musical. I'll be out 20 minutes. Last 3 I went to, I fell asleep at every one of them.
Yeah, the golf's being played at Avondale.
Yeah,
went and watched
Avondale.
I
Yeah.
went and watched the King and I on
Dirt open. This match play or something like that. Two of them together.
Yeah, it's pairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went and
Yeah,
watched.
that's about 32 miles from me.
Yeah.
I went and watched the King and I on Hollywood Boulevard when I was in middle school for a field trip, and I fell asleep in that. And then Sarah had a Christmas musical 2 years in a row from her old job. They gave tickets to everybody, and she was sitting next to me, and then her friend was on, and me and her friend's husband were sitting next to each other, and we were both sleeping in the middle of both of them. We both fell asleep. I heard the Back to the Future play was pretty cool, but I don't like plays.
Oh.
Roger, Manitoulin, reported downbound, 30 minutes, level 11 and 12. No reported traffic outbound.
See this extra car seat they got. I've been refusing to put a car seat in my car. Because I don't want to be stuck with having a car seat in my car and have to pick up the baby. And
No,
guess
you-
what? When we drop the baby off, they're taking the car seat out.
Don't they have folding car seats?
No. Not for babies.
Well, you'd think they would in this world we live in, where they would fold down and flat, and then open up and lock. You know.
They have built-in car seat. They've
Yeah,
had
they have
those
a
in
couple
some
of cars
cars.
that do that years ago.
Yeah, they had built-in ones, but
They don't do it
But-
anymore.
well, car seats are bulky as shit. And yeah,
Yep. And after
Especially-
about 3 years, you need to get rid of them.
especially the when they're really tiny and you have to put the base in there and clip it in. You can't.
Yeah.
A lot of times you can't even put your seat back, your passenger or your driver's seat back because it takes up all the room.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, booster seats aren't bad because they literally just are the shape of the seat. But the regular car seats for little infants, yeah, those things are bulky as shit.
Yeah. Some of the booster seats, though, I can't remember what the name is. Can't remember the names of these things anymore. But they had one of them that was like it was a booster seat, but it converted from a regular seat, and this thing was huge. We had two of them in the back seat of a minivan. Took up the whole minivan in the back. But these were also $500, $400 seats.
Yeah, they got some that are booster and car seat all built into one. And
Yeah.
then yeah, like Joe said, they actually have an expiration date on those and like helmets and stuff like that, like motorcycle helmets. All have
Yeah.
expiration dates on them. That's why a lot of pawn shops won't buy used motorcycle helmets anymore. It's too much of a liability.
Yeah, if you need a car seat, never buy one on Facebook or anybody. Go buy a brand new one.
Because like
It's worth it. It's not worth having one that's out of date for some reason.
because that's the thing is like Ron went and bought that. Remember when he said he had that motorcycle helmet with the built-in mic?
They only have a life of about 4 years being with it.
Yeah.
That first one that he bought had a bad battery in it, and it turned out when he took it back, he found out from the manufacturer. I guess that helmet was already 7 years old when they sold it to him.
Uh,
It was like 6 or 7 years old, and I think the limit on them is like 3 or 4 years, and you're supposed to get a new one because the plastic degrades over time. It's not as strong as when it first was made. So
Like another thing, if you're in an accident and you have a car seat, you're supposed to discard your car seat too.
Yep.
Because of the stress on it.
Actually, the older motorbike helmets are better because they were made out of fiberglass rather than ABS. So they last longer.
unless you get one of those bucket metal ones, you see the bikers wearing sometimes. They don't cover
Yeah.
shit. They just wear it because it's like the minimum you have to wear.
Yeah, like the German army helmets.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly what it looks like.
And Randy said that all the bamboo prices have been raised about $100. Actually, it's $190 for the combo one that he just got. Went from $509 to $699.
Yeah, everything's gonna start going up now. And then any third party seller selling shit like that, it's gonna go up. They're gonna raise the price just because they have an excuse to. They're gonna say that they, you know what I'm saying? Even though they didn't pay tariffs on any of the shit,
Yep.
they're still gonna raise the prices. The only ones that will stick to the same price are most likely just the actual big retailers. That's true, Donald. He's a car seat salesperson. Must be the easiest job to upsell. And as for the price range, let me ask you: do you love the baby?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Remember, I managed the baby store, right? I tell everybody they'd be looking at their cribs and picking their cribs and ask me what's the best crib. I said all the cribs are going to be basically the same because they all follow the same guidelines. I'm gonna say so it's your choice on the cribs and everything. I said, but when it comes to the mattress and the car seat, I'm going to sell you the ones that are the best because that's going to be the most important thing that you have for your baby: your car seat and your mattress. And I'd say that to them, and I could sell that $160 mattress in a heartbeat because it had a warranty on it that if it started, even if a thread came loose, we'd give you another one. You know, and And the car seats, I mean, I'd walk to the back and show them the difference in the car seats. And I'd upsell them quick.
Yeah,
But I
'cause
wasn't doing it to upsell. I was doing it to give them a better car seat.
yeah, because you have a minimum federal standard, and a lot of the cheaper car seats
Yeah.
just follow that base minimum. But
And a lot of people would want the convertible seat, the one, like you said, with the base that would snap into the car. And
Yeah.
I'd show them the difference. I said, let me show you what snaps into the car with the base. And then it's being held on by this little clip right here. I'm gonna say, and I'll tell them, I said, the reason that parents want the convertible car seat is because they want to be lazy. And they just look at me, right? I said, because you're being lazy, not picking the kid out of a car seat. I said, picking your child out of a car seat and putting your child out of a car seat and putting him in a stroller. You want to be able to just take the whole thing and clip them in. I said, you don't want to undo them and everything else. But all you have is this little bar holding it in place. Whereas if you put this car seat in and showed how to strap different, it's going to hold it in 4 different points, where this one's only in 2 points. And they said, well, I don't think we want one of those anymore. I'd sell them right out of them.
How about
I
one
had-
with the base that when we took out of the car, you put in the stroller and it locked in to the stroller.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
we
that's
had
only
one
2
of
points.
those. We have
Donald
one of
said
those.
if the kid gets killed in a car seat, they'll replace the mattress, but not the baby.
What?
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Lord,
That's
You don't
going
work for me.
dark. That's going dark.
We had one of
He-
those, Joe, but ours had 2 of those straps on it, and you'd have to strap it to the hook on this that was between the seat joint, you know.
Yeah. Because most of the bases have where you bring the seat belt around and it's got a little like a V back that just
Yeah,
fits
yeah.
in there and holds that in place. But that's all it's holding. It's just that one area, and then it just snaps in. If you get in a heavy enough accident and that thing unsnaps, that car seat's gonna fly. But if you have the ones that really bolt in and go in and out and everything else, that not going anywhere. And that's
Yeah,
that's the regular seats.
Ours went through, it wasn't the V clips like yours. Ours actually went through the whole base, but
Yeah.
ours came with 2 straps that were hooked onto the base, and you had to clip them to those little metal clips under the seat.
Well, yeah, that's a better system. Yeah, that's a lot better system. Yeah, but I used to, I mean, that I was there for almost 3 years managing that baby store. And
No.
it wasn't hard to sell that expensive mattress. It was just so many things about it. And then if I had somebody that was a second baby, and I'd ask them, I said, let me ask you a question. And because that was $169 for that mattress. Then we had another one that was $249 that had a vibration system in it. That all you do is it just vibrate, just a little hum to it. And everybody would say, well, what about this vibration system you have? What is that for? I'm gonna ask, is this your first baby? You don't need it. Get this. Don't worry about spending that extra money. Get you a better car seat. But
know
if
what
it was the second baby, I'd say, did you have a lot of colic in the first baby? Yeah, buy this one. And I've
You know
had
what
people come back to me and say, man, it's the best thing we ever bought. It just knocks it out.
You know what I used to tell new parents is, and I still do to this day. I'm like, when you have a baby shower, I said, there's 3 things you're going to want to ask for. I said, don't worry about bottle warmers and all this stupid shit and clothes. I
Yeah.
said, people will give you bags of clothes. I
Yep.
mean, every time somebody has a baby, dude, all of a sudden 30 moms show up with a whole bag of brand new clothes for the baby. And baby clothes are relatively cheap anyway. I told them, ask for baby wipes, diapers in multiple sizes. And if your baby's going to be taking formula, ask for formula. I said, those are going to be the 3 things that you're always going to be buying. I said, half that other shit you're not going to end up using. Like people ask for bottle warmers, all this stupid shit, and then they don't end up using 90% of it.
Yeah.
I disagree with. I would probably add a 4th thing, Justin.
What?
A vasectomy.
Wow.
I bet everybody didn't know that Lance is Don's family.
But no, that's the three best things to ask for, because that's something that the baby's going to use a lot of, and you're going to constantly be buying. If you can have, 30 moms show up to your damn baby shower and they all bring you diapers and wipes, you'd be good for a year. As like I said, baby clothes, man, that's a dime a dozen, dude. Every time we had a kid, everybody's mom would show up with fucking just bags of clothes. And 90% of them would still be brand new with the tags on them. Here you go, here you go. We never had to buy our kids hardly any clothes because we were always given clothes from people. And like I said, most baby clothes are really cheap anyway. You can go to like Walmart and get like fucking 6 onesies for like $5. But like formula, if your baby's going to be on formula, that's one good thing to ask for, because that shit's expensive. I mean, you're talking anywhere between $15 to $40 a can, depending on what kind of formula they're taking.
Good morning, East Coast.
Hey, Dusty.
That's true, Dusty. He said it
That's
takes
funny.
100 screws and a lot of cussing to put a baby bed together, but it only takes one screw to make a baby.
Yep. That was my baby store. That was the store that I ran right there. That was USA Baby Child Space.
Yeah, it looks like a very posh baby store.
Yeah,
it
that's
was.
what I was just about to say.
It was.
That's something where a bunch of like upper middle class moms shop at.
And we had a lot of posh people.
Look at that. Everything's so nice. Look at that.
And it stayed like that too.
Looks like it's never been moved.
Now, when the mom showed up with the kids, did the kids go up and jump on the stuff? And
No. $179. That's the price of it. That's the mattress right there. $231 18-gauge coils, staff guard resistance. This was baby's dream. That was the biggest seller. People wanted this because it converted out to a double bed. That was one of them right there.
I think we had
You
a
take
crib
these
that
off,
did
that's
that.
the headboard.
I want to say Kelsey's crib when she was a baby did that. I think it
Yeah.
converted to a twin.
That was my home for 6 weeks when we started the divorce. Because in the back of the store we had, it was almost like a safe area in the back of the store. It used to be a Walgreens, and it had a area with the big locking doors, all big metal offices you can't get into. And I had my office, and he had his office, the owner. And my office was part of the warehouse, back of the warehouse, but it was we had a lot of basically bedding back in my area, but I had mattresses back there. So I took one of the baby mattresses and laid it on the floor right next to the what you call it, where my desk was, on the side, because I had a little gap. And we closed the store. I worked Wednesday. It was Wednesday through Sunday I worked. And when the store closed and we closed up everything, we had a kitchen and everything. I cooked in there, and I just go to the back and do some more work. I had a TV, watch TV, went to sleep right there. So I didn't have any rent, anything for the first 6 weeks. I just stayed there, and I'd leave on the days I had off, pick up the kids, and we go get a hotel for the 2 days.
I gotta jump off. I'll catch you later.
okay, Justin.
Okay, Justin.
Well, we had one of the bathrooms had a drain in the floor, and I bought one of those shower things. We could tie it in, so I could take a shower and everything in there.
Ed,
Shoot,
what's
I'd
your
stay
plan?
there.
What's your plans for the day, Ed?
I got a little bit of running around to do and then come home and relax, I guess.
Joe, is today you got to take your daughter someplace, Joe?
Yeah, I'm going and I gotta leave here in about 30 minutes.
Cars will be proceeding outbound to Nave work, but as they are under 55 meters, there will be no conflict for the one-way zone. Over.
In about 30 minutes, I gotta leave because we gotta put the seat in the car. I was hoping to get a call from her or something saying she had a car.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go out and check to see how the backyard digging is going.
Forgot to grab tennis balls this morning from my garage.
Oh,
I've got to email the tennis coach and a PE teacher to see if I can borrow 4 tennis balls. We're shooting motion today.
You can get 24 tennis balls from Temu for £10.
There you go.
Can they be here by 9 a.m.?
Maybe.
Yeah, very probably. Not saying which 9 a.m., but yeah.
I have 1 tennis ball. They can throw pencils if they need to.
Yeah, I'm actually getting off in about 15 minutes. That way I've got time to run and get it.
It'd take you longer to install that baby seat than you think, huh?
Oh, no, I want to make sure because she's got to be there at 10:30. I want to make sure that I'm at her house by at least 1:45 to put that seat in. She's putting it in. I ain't touching it. She's put enough of them in. I'll say, I'll hold a baby. You put it in. Yeah, the one she's got is one of them is just going to strap in quick. I was playing one machine yesterday that it's a bonus wheel. If you hit the 3 spins,
okay, don't
you
walk.
get the bonus wheel up top, right? And it's called money grab. That was the name of it. And you can win the 3 jackpots. I mean the 4 jackpots. It was a major, minor, something and grand. Can't remember what the other one was. And I hit that thing once where it was going toward it hit the bonus instead of hitting one of the jackpots. And it kind of, I mean, it looked like it actually got to the wheel where the grand was. It was $14,000 jackpot. And it got to it, hit the thing moved a little bit and it went back. Like if it would have been just a little bit more power would have went into it. It was that close to the big jackpot. But then I got a bonus and I got 40 grabs called money grabs. And what they do is they got another screen right in front of you that they start it says get ready. You hit it, says get ready, and it starts throwing you like bills that's just floating around, and you got to touch them. And every time you touch one, you get it. And if it's a 1, a 5, a 20, a 10, or whatever it is, right? And you win that thing. When I hit that thing, I had put $5 in the machine, and when I finished the money grab, I had $28.10.
Hey, Joel, this was you yesterday, right? Like, I'll show you.
So I should have quit right then and there.
Look, Joe.
Oh, I heard somebody coming in.
Only me.
Hey, David.
I won't put the message in the chat I was going to put. I was going to put in the chat, let me in your tarts.
I just called my daughter and she's waking up. She ain't even up yet. Lord, that's what the problem is. She don't want to get up, all of that. She needs to work at night. She needs to work at night, put the baby in daycare in the morning. The ex-wife could drop her off in the morning. She could sleep all day, get up, go pick up the baby, and then go back to work at night. But then the boyfriend's got to work.
Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, Jim. Sorry, Joe.
Thank you, Laura. David.
Well, you couldn't have had the start of the day that we had. Went to the pound shop, went to pay. Sorry, can't take card payments. You can only pay with cash.
Sorry,
Fine.
on Facebook.
Went to the cash machine. Sorry, no cash. What? So, bit stressed. I was like, fuck it. Let's go McDonald's. And no food.
Yeah.
McDonald's had no fucking burgers or fries.
You kidding me?
What the
Those
fuck is
tariffs.
going on?
Tariff.
Yeah, and I didn't take the woman's joke behind the counter very well when she said, "Don't have a beef with me."
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. I want a veggie burger, bitch. I've heard it all
Yeah,
now, though. Fucking McDonald's running out of food on a Friday in the
I've
morning.
never heard that in my life. Got to be the tariff.
Got to be something. It was funny though, watching people ordering on them stupid screen things, and then realizing there was no food, and when they were getting to, go and pick up their order, having to go to the till to get a refund. So if you only had £10 in your bank and you spent it on that machine, and then you have to go get a refund, the refund don't come back for 5 days.
Yeah.
You're screwed. You got no dinner.
Should have said, can I have the refund in cash? I've got to go to Poundland.
Hey, babe, shut it down.
Afternoon, Lance.
Be there at 8:30.
Hey. I'm switching to my computer, so I'm gonna get off my phone here.
Yeah, so if Justin thought he had it bad the other day in that queue for McDonald's.
Okay, guys, I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna,
get going
I'm gonna
here.
jump off now.
No,
I got a couple things I gotta do before I
Yeah,
run.
me too. The wife just give me the sign. Gotta go.
I'll see y'all later.
catch you later, guys. And then there was a light, a chair, Mark, and an airplane.
Yeah.
Paul's the only one that can let me in, is that right?
Somebody there.
I think Mark can let you in.
Yeah, just a minute. Oh, it's Lance. Yeah. There we go.
Thank you. Here.
That was weird because Lance could have let himself in.
I let him in and he went straight back out again.
No, he's moved from his phone to his computer. Yeah, but Lance could have used his phone to let himself in.
No, I don't think Lance was co-host. There's only me that's co-host.
Now there is. So where is Paul? Chasing a chip?
He's gone checking on Boone digging the garden up.
Must be a hell of a haul. I've been here 5 minutes.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know whether it's Boone digging the garden up or whether somebody else, he's got workmen or something. I know he said he was out cutting the grass on his zero turn before, and Boone was chasing it and trying to jump on it.
Hello, precious.
She's not here.
Yeah, she's about 15 feet away over there, somewhere in the garden, just barking at nothing.
I heard her barking.
Usually.
Yeah.
Hello, Kate.
Oh, hello, Kate.
Well, you know you speak.
I could hear a voice, but I was trying to work out which one it was coming from. I just didn't want to presume.
It's okay.
Chillier today.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it is. It's a lot colder today, isn't it?
Yeah.
When it's hot, when it's cold, we can't win.
Don't worry, Mark. You can get your bikini out next week. 26 degrees. Morning, Brenda. Lance, Brenda says good morning.
Morning, Brenda.
Morning, Brenda.
Precious. Shut up. No.
Editing my flight this morning. I don't see the chat right
Oh.
now.
Come on. I'm going back inside for a bit. Winding people up on TikTok.
Mark, Brenda says, hey, Mark.
Yeah, I'm not looking at the chat. I've got. Let's change that from.
Can you guys hear these birds?
No.
Then do apologise for what I'm about to say. Shut the up! Leave the cat alone.
Where's me YouTube gone?
Lance, Jim, check that you turn your mic up. We can hardly hear you.
What? I was whispering.
No, Lance.
I wasn't talking.
Maybe that's why I can hear you.
That would be it.
YouTube disappeared. There we go. Well, it was that,
yeah.
that nice and warm yesterday. We went out and started up the BMW to run the engine for a bit and put the hood down.
Yeah, you only get to do that 2 days a year in Manchester, don't you?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Anyone have the Avata 2 in here?
No.
What the? Holy shit. I just unraveled the cable for the LED light board.
Uh-huh.
I could plug it in here and use it in Blackpool. Fucking hell. It's only got generous on the wire roll. Right. You're not going into clock mode, are you? You beasted. Time on. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, the trees are looking very green again now. I've got apple blossom on my trees, so hopefully I should get a decent crop of apples this year, assuming we get enough insects to pollinate them.
Well,
I've got 3 apple trees. I get fruit on 2 of them, and the third one, I think I've had 2 apples in the 8 years it's been there.
why the hell's this not showing the right date and time?
Hopefully I get a decent crop of pears this year as well off the tree. I'm not worried about the plums. I always get hundreds of them.
Yeah. The clock was trying to tell me it was 8 in the morning.
Well, it is somewhere.
Hopefully that was my tennis coach saying I could borrow some tennis balls. Let's see here. Yep, it was. Yes, I will have my daughter drop them off to you before school. I wonder if I have his daughter in class.
Got down 20%.
I have a lot of those last names in my class. There's about 4 of them. But I don't know if they're his.
Yeah, your mic is a bit bassy and a bit low, Lance.
Okay.
Very talking to the side of the room.
Okay.
I'll pack them.
We was concerned for you, Paul. We
Did
assumed
y'all
that
leave already?
yes, and Ed.
You thought maybe you fell in a hole.
Yeah. Either that or you was arrested trying to import stuff from China.
No, actually, Boone was digging underneath the fence, and I had to go around and get some other to put in there, and I had a whole pile of dog shit over in the corner. So I put that down there first and then put dirt on top of it.
You do know he's going to redig that hole, don't you?
Well, I'll kick his ass.
He knows there's a big field on the other side of that fence.
No, he knows there's squirrels out in the front yard. That's what he's pissed about.
Ah, so that's the way he's digging. He's
No,
going the front way.
he's out the back. He had a hole underneath the fence about this big, which he could probably skinny through and never did. So anyway,
That's
Mark,
dogs
what are you
for you.
doing?
Mm.
Lance, what time do your students show up?
Mine come today at 9:15. They go to first period at 8:15. So I've got an hour to get my lesson together. I know what it is. I just need to put it in so they can read it.
Okay, well, I think I'm ready to shut her down. Pack, or what do you say, Lance? Pack it in.
Are we going to pack it in? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here. We'll see all of you again next time.
Catch you later.
Today at
All right.
5 o'clock. Okay, Mark. David, take care.